We are coming to you live from the MLB Youth Academy here in the city of Compton. Glad you can join us for this Wednesday edition of Academy Barons Baseball as they get set to take on the Philippines Baseball Group. Hello everyone, my name is Noah Alvarez. Thanks for tuning in wherever you may be tuning in from. The Barons have lost back-to-back games, are now 4 games under 500, and are 2 games back of the last and final playoff spot as we head to the halfway point of the season. While it is only the halfway point, tonight does feel like a must-win as they try to gather some momentum in the opening week of July. It's currently 71 degrees, a slight breeze out towards right center field. Let's go ahead and introduce you to both teams. In the first base dugout, it's the Philippines Baseball Group. They enter today's game with a record of 1-10 on the season and are led by manager Will Picketts. Joining him on the staff are assistants Nick Alfonso, Jalen Williams, and Jackson Briscoe. The Philippines Baseball Group had the last 3 days off, so we'll see if that benefits them in tonight's matchup. They will be in their red uniforms with gray pants this evening. And over on the third base side, rocking their navy blue uniforms, are the Academy Barons. They enter tonight's game with a record of 7-11 on the season and are coming off back-to-back losses. The Barons are 7-4 here at the Academy and have yet to lose to the Philippines this season. The Barons are led by manager Kenny Landro. Joining him on the staff are assistants James Bishop, Lorenzo Gray, Tank Kazarian, and pitching coach AJ Monterez. We're going to cut to a break here for the national anthem, and when we return, starting lineups and the top of the first inning. Back here at the MLB Youth Academy, game number 2 of the week. 2 of 3 home games will be here at the Academy. My name is Noah Alvarez. Thanks for tuning in wherever you may be tuning in from. Your Academy Barons take the field. Let's go ahead and get you those starting lineups for both teams. For the Philippines baseball group, their lineup will look like this. In the leadoff spot, it's left fielder Tyler Haruta. Ben Lee will bat second and play catcher. Nomar Vasquez, the second baseman, will bat in the 3 spot. Batting cleanup is the DH Dylan Tagium. Owen Stevenson will play first and bat fifth. In the 6th spot, it's shortstop Malachi Lopez. Javen Baxa will bat 7th and play third base. Right fielder Noah Rodriguez will bat 8th. And rounding out the lineup is center fielder Wyatt Lamarsna. That's what the starting lineup looks like for head coach Will Pickett and the Philippines baseball group. Again, they're 1-10 on the season. The Academy Barons defense will look like this. Jimmy Welsher is on the mound, making his first start of the summer season. He pitched this past spring at the University of New Mexico Highlands. Behind home plate, it's Isaac Ocampo. Across the infield, it's Nathaniel Williams at third base, J.J. Nielsen at short, Chip Mertz at second base, and Jason Del Villar will play first. In the outfield, from left to right, Antonio Lujan, Hunter Backstrom, and Jacob Klanowski. That's your starting defense. For the Academy Barons, we'll see them first in the top of the first inning. Thanks again for tuning in, wherever you may be tuning in from. Barons are 7-11 on the season. Last night, they lost to the San Diego Waves, another affiliate team here, in rather heartbreaking fashion. 7-5 was the final score. Things were tied 5-5 after the 8th inning. The Barons had all the momentum as they were trailing 5-4. Picked up a run in the 8th, but 2 runs came across for the Waves in the top of the 9th. Elias Valdez was hit with the loss. It's the 11th loss of the season, only their 4th loss here at home. They have all 7 of their wins on the season here at home, have yet to win on the road. It's Jimmy Welsher. Delivers the first pitch, hit well into right field. Klanowski races back towards the track, and one hops the wall, a leadoff extra base hit for Haruta and the Philippines baseball group. So yesterday, the San Diego Waves started the game in similar fashion. Or check that, it was back on the Sunday against the Arroyo Seco Saints. Lane Hayworth hit a double on the very first pitch of the game. That was against Will Valenzuela. Yesterday, Matthew Lorenzano hit the first batter, Austin Palmeras, for the Waves. He eventually came around to score. Runner on second. Now Ben Lee steps in, the 2-hitter, catcher for the Philippines baseball group, as Wilshire makes a move over to second. Philippines had 3 days off. Their last game was this Saturday at the Academy. 11-9 loss for the Philippines. First pitch strike to Lee. At one point, it was an 11-1 game. However, the Philippines did fight back and nearly tied things. 11-9 was the final score. A blooper into foul territory. Del Villar gives it a look, runs out of room. It's strike number 2. Haruta led off the game with a double. He's at second base. Mertz keeps a close eye on him. Welsher, a lefty, on the mound. First start of the summer season for the Academy Barons. Second year in a row playing with the Academy Barons, a native to Costa Mesa. The 0-2. Upstairs. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One and 2 the count. Welsher ready for the next pitch. Drives this into left center field past Nielsen. Third base coach waves on the runner, Haruta. Guns for home plate. First run of the game goes to the Philippines baseball group. 1-0 is the score. A double for Lee. Back-to-back doubles here for the Philippines baseball group. A much better start here today than we saw on Saturday. Now we'll see the three-hitter, Nomar Vasquez. Hitting .313 on the season. He had a big 4 for 5 day at the plate and Saturday. Drove in 3 runs. Welsher steps back on the rubber. 2 hits already for the Philippines baseball group. Nobody out. First pitch is in there. Strike 1. Welsher went to Pacifica High School, and after high school, played a couple seasons at Orange Coast College. Skies this one into the air. Shallow center field. Nielsen calls everybody off and makes the grab for out number 1. Vasquez is retired and steps Dylan Tagium.
For the Philippines baseball group, designated hitter number 27, Dylan Tagia.
Welsher last season for the Academy Barons made 11 appearances. All were out of the bullpen. Pitched 17 2/3 of an inning, an ERA of 3.56. Off speed, had Tagium out in front. What we saw from Welsher last year, doesn't overpower guys, but he throws a lot in the strike zone, keeps batters off balance, mixes his speeds well. Will feature a fastball, slider, changeup, and a curveball. Slider's more of a slurve. 1-1 as this one misses outside. In those 18 innings last season, he only had 4 walks. So goes right after hitters. This season has been a different story for the Academy Barons and Welsher. 6 walks in 5 innings. Right up the middle, Welsher tips it off the glove. Mertz doesn't have a play. Tagium reaches first base. There's now runners at the corners. Third hit of the contest. 2 doubles and a single, an infield single for Tagium. In steps Malachi Lopez. Correction, it's Owen Stevenson, first baseman, who steps in. Lopez in the on-deck circle. Move over to first. Del Villar doesn't apply the tag. Tagging him back in safely. Right now the sun currently in the face of Del Villar, as well as the runner Tagium. Until the sun sets, that right side of the infield will have to battle, especially the first baseman on pickoff moves. We've seen that affect both teams throughout the course of this season. 1-0 the count to Stevenson. Two and 0. Stevenson makes his 10th start of the season. He has 2 hits and 26 at-bats. Here's the 2-0 from Welsher. Stevenson comes up empty. Campo asks for a new baseball. Del Villar holds the runner at first base. The rest of the infield back. Ready to turn a double play. Stevenson steps back in. Move over to first. Del Villar, no tag. Leaves the runner at third base. Tagging him the runner at first. 1 out. 1-0 is the score. Advantage Philippines baseball group. The 2-1 off the end of the bat towards the backstop. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Stevenson played this past season at Kentucky Wesleyan College. He's a native to Ontario, Canada. The 2-2 from Welsher. Breaking ball sets down Stevenson. First strikeout of the outing for Jimmy Welsher.
For the Philippines Baseball Group, shortstop
2 outs.
7, Malachi Lopez.
In steps Malachi Lopez, the shortstop from Riverside City College. First pitch in there for strike 1. Welsher last pitched on Saturday versus the Arroyo Seco Saints on the road. Another throw over to first to check in on Tagium, back in standing. It was J.J. Nolan who started the game Saturday in Pasadena. He wasn't able to get out of the first inning. Welsher pitched the next 4 outs, an inning and a third. Breaking ball misses upstairs. On the inner part of the plate, 1 ball, 2 strikes. In that inning and 2/3, he didn't give up any runs, no hits, 3 strikeouts for Jimmy Welsher. 1 walk issued. The 1-2. Into the air towards the right field line. Mertz and Klinowski give chase, and it falls fair by a matter of inches. 2-0 is the score now, an RBI single for Malachi Lopez.
Third baseman number 6, Javen Boxa.
Tagium ends up at third base. Runners at the corners once more. Last night against the Waves, the Barons suffered 3 runs in the top of the first. And in Sunday's game against the Saints, also 3 runs came across. Right up the middle to Nielsen, a 1-hopper. He touches the bag. Does it himself, 6 unassisted for out number 3. But not before 2 runs come across for the Philippines Baseball Group. They jump out to a 2-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the first. Thanks for tuning in to Barons Baseball here on the Academy Barons YouTube channel. Let's get you that starting lineup for the Academy Barons and head coach Kenny Landro. Chip Mertz will bat leadoff and play second base. Third baseman Nathaniel Williams bats in the 2 spot. Left fielder Antonio Lujan bats third. In the cleanup spot, it's DH Tommy Gooden. Jason Del Villar will bat 5th. In the 6th spot, it's right fielder Jacob Kleonowski. Isaac Ocampo is behind home plate and bats 7th. In the 8th spot, it's shortstop J.J. Nielsen. And batting 9th is center fielder Hunter Backstrom. That's the starting lineup for the Academy Barons. And KT Landro, a Compton native himself, now coaching the Academy Barons, who play here in the city of Compton, on the campus of Compton College, right off the 91 freeway. If you can make it out to a game, we highly suggest you do. Plenty of shade during this time of the day. Even during the day games, there's still plenty of shade too. Actual seats, not just bleachers. There's bleachers in the left and right field, but you can sit on seats with the back padding. In the bottom of the first, we're going to see a pitcher by the name of Jacob Badillo. If that name sounds familiar, it's because he pitched last Tuesday against the Academy Barons. The Barons ended up winning that game by a score of 7-0. Badillo only lasted 3 innings, gave up 6 runs, 4 of which were earned. He makes his 2nd start of the season, 6th appearance for the Philippines Baseball Group this summer. The defense behind him in the outfield from left to right, Tyler Haruda, Wyatt Lamarsna in center, Noah Rodriguez and right. In the infield, Javen Boxa at third base, Malachi Lopez at short. At second, Nomar Vasquez, and Owen Stevenson will play first base. Behind home plate, it's Ben Lee. He gets the start. Seen a few different catchers for the Philippines Baseball Group. The 3 times we've seen him this season. First pitch outside to Mertz. Badillo this last season, redshirted at Cal State LA. Mertz misses the bunt attempt. 1-1 the count. The 1-1. In the air, foul out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Mertz is making his 10th start on the season. He's one of those players that's getting a lot more playing time due to the subtractions on the roster. Players like Trevor Schmidt, Gavin Taylor, and DJ Akiyama no longer a part of the Barons roster this summer. Count remains 1-2 after another foul ball. Mertz finished his senior season this spring at Canyon High School. The 1-2 rips this down the right field line. Could be extra bases. Rodriguez finally gets to it. Here's the throw from the right fielder. Not going to be in time. Mertz with the leadoff double of his own for the Academy Barons. So a leadoff double for Mertz and the Barons. They're in business after the Philippines baseball group had a double of their own to lead off the inning. They actually had back-to-back doubles. Haruta followed by Lee. They eventually plated 2 runs in the top of the first inning. Nathaniel Williams steps in. Finished last night's game 1 of 4. Did have the 2-run home run in the bottom of the 6th. 3rd home run of the season. He now leads the team. This pitch gets away from Lee. Mertz is at third base. Wild pitch for Badillo. Runner 90 feet away. Third time we're seeing the Philippines baseball group this season. Barons are 2-0. A 7-0 victory last Tuesday. An 11-9 victory this past Saturday. Williams, a switch hitter. Rips this one high into right field. Rodriguez back towards the track. Has enough time to camp under it, and it's deep enough for Mertz to tag up from third base. No throw home. It's now a 2-1 game. So a sac fly RBI for Nathaniel Williams and the Barons. Cut the deficit in half. 1 out. In steps another switch hitter for Kenny Landro. It's Antonio Lujan, outfielder from Azusa Pacific. Both parents played sports at high levels. His dad played at Azusa Pacific for 2 seasons. His mom is Lisa Fernandez, one can consider many very talented player in the softball world. Now the associate head coach at UCLA. First pitch to Lujan is downstairs. Lujan makes his 14th start, hitting .267 on the season. Rips this foul towards the administration building. Lujan now leads the team with 15 RBIs on the season. Also second on the team with 7 walks. Tied for second. Very patient batter. Slaps this towards left field. It's going to drop for a base hit. Second hit of the afternoon for the Academy Barons. Better start than what we saw last night against the Waves. And even Sunday's game against the Saints. The Barons went down 1-2-3 in both those games against the Waves and the Saints. And both starting pitchers for the opposing team threw very little pitches. And Sunday it was Zachary Erdman who threw 5 pitches to get out of the first. Yesterday against the Waves, it was Holden Garcia who threw 6 to get out of the first. Tommy Gooden steps in and misses on the first pitch. Badillo already now at 11 pitches in the outing. 1 out. Lujan is at first base. Gooden back in the batter's box. On the edge. Gooden makes his 13th start on the season. 277 batting average this year. One and two. Since his 2-home run performance back on June 22nd against the Conejo Oaks, he's 4 of his last 23. Really struggled at the plate last week. Drives this well into right field. Rodriguez not going to even go back. It's a 2-run blast for Tommy Gooden. Barons on top 3-2. So he said it just before that pitch. Tommy Gooden in a slump and needed a slump buster there. You figured he was due at home plate. Celebrates with Antonio Lujan. It's now a 3-2 game. Only 1 out in the inning still. Chance for the Barons to tag on some more. Pitch traveled, or the baseball traveled 418 feet, an exit speed of 102 off the bat for Tommy Gooden, the talented freshman from Vanderbilt University. 3rd home run of the season, tied for the team lead with Nathaniel Williams now. Inside to Del Villar, he has to duck out of the way. Del Villar on the season, hitting .316, 16th start, back at first base after starting yesterday in right field. 2-0 the count. Upstairs, ball 3. Del Villar is the only player for the Barons to start every single game this season. Leads the team with 16 starts. A couple players at 14 this year. 4 straight misses from Badillo. It's a 1-out walk. In steps Jacob Klanowski. Klanowski got the night off yesterday. 14th start of the season. Hitting 191 on the year. Another player in a bit of a slump. 1 home run on the season. That came on early in the year, that opening week. Native to Upland, California, over in the Inland Empire. Down and away. Ball 1. We'll see how Badillo responds after serving up the 2-run home run to Tommy Gooden. Klanowski pulls this foul. Del Villar, the runner at first. First baseman Stevenson will take his turn to battle the sun. The runner takes off for second base. Here's the throw down from Lee. Not going to be in time. Stolen base for Jason Del Villar. He's not known to run. Second stolen base in 3 attempts this summer. As a team, the Barons only have 19, now 20 stolen bases. Runner in scoring position for Klanowski. 2-1 count. Klanowski comes up empty. Big swing and a miss. Badillo is a native to Palmdale, California. Went to Highland High School before this past season, where he redshirted at Cal State LA. Klanowski stays alive, fouls this off. 2-2 the count. Home plate umpire asks the third base dugout for more baseballs. Shortstop Malachi Lopez keeping a close eye on Del Villar at second. Badillo delivers on home. Konofsky skies this into the air. Left side of the infield. Lopez into the outfield grass and makes a catch for out number 2. Konofsky's retired. Now we'll see catcher Isaac Ocampo. He got the last 2 games off. New catcher for the Academy Barons is Nigel Buckley. There was once 3 catchers on the roster, and Ocampo was in rotation with Gavin Taylor. Joel Cervantes got some sparing playing time. But in the same week, both Cervantes and Taylor no longer a part of the roster. It was just Ocampo for a couple of games. 0-1 the count after the first pitch strike. And this past weekend, the Barons added Nigel Buckley to the roster. He got the last 2 starts against the Saints and the Waves. Bloops this into the air, center field. Making the grab is Wyatt Lamarsna for out number 3. So 3 runs come across, 2 off the 2-run home run by Tommy Gooden. Barons lead 3-2 as we head to the top of the second. Thanks for tuning in to Academy Barons Baseball here on the Academy Barons YouTube channel. When we come back, the 8-9-1 hitters for the Philippines Baseball Group. Noah Rodriguez will lead things off in the top of the second for the Philippines Baseball Group. Game number 2 of the week, 2 of 3 here at home. Tomorrow they'll take on the Santa Barbara Foresters on the road. First pitch scheduled at 4 p.m. Sunday's game against the Orange County Riptide has been moved from 1:05 to a 4 p.m. start time. So in case you wanted to come check us out on Sunday afternoon, game starts a little bit later that evening, 4 p.m. start time. We'll go live about 3:50 from the MLB Youth Academy. That's Sunday. Rodriguez will lead things off. Played this past season at Fullerton College. Familiar with a few of our Fullerton College guys on the Barons roster. Off speed in there for strike 1. A little further off the plate this time. Even count, 1-1. Rodriguez came in as a pinch runner in Saturday's loss here at the Academy. Started the game on Tuesday. Drives this high into the air. Mertz goes back. Backstrom calls everybody off. No, it's Konofsky. Out number 1 here in the top of the second. Now we'll see the 9-hitter, Wyatt Lamarsna, center fielder today for the Philippines Baseball Group, and head coach Will Pickett's first year as a member of the California Collegiate League, an affiliate team. That means they got to play all their games on the road this season. On the ground over to Williams. Williams whiffs on it. It gets into left field. A runner on first base, 1 out. Back to the top of the order.
For the Philippines, number
A rare
5,
miss there by
Alvarez.
Williams. The Barons do have 25 errors as a team. Move over to first to check in on Lamarsna. He does have good speed at first base. Delviar shielding his eyes from the sun. Welsher looks in. Takes on Tyler Haruta, the left fielder. Misses the zone. Lamarsna at first base. 1 out. Welsher still on the mound. Delivers a strike. Evens the count. 1-1. Haruta had a double on the first pitch of the game. Came in to score on the RBI double by Ben Lee, the 2-hitter. Slide step that time from Welsher. Haruta chases outside the zone. 1 ball and 2 strikes. We had Hudson LaBarbera last night on during the broadcast for an interview. Both he and Welsher played at Orange Coast College around the same time. Breaking ball misses inside. Two and two the count to Haruta. Move over to first base. Lamarsna back in standing. Long pause from Welsher. Delivers on home. Haruta got crossed up. That's strikeout number 2 of the outing. Out number 2 of the inning. Good piece of pitching there by Jimmy Welsher.
Number 88, Ben Lee.
First pitch to Lee. In there for a strike. Lee had the RBI double that scored Haruta in the first inning. Lamarsna's the runner at first. Runner takes off for second, on the ground for Williams at third base. Fires it over to first. Delviar makes a great pick, stretching to his right. Out number 3. An efficient inning there for Jimmy Welsher. He only throws 11 pitches versus the 20 he threw in the first inning. On to the bottom of the second. We'll stay on as we give you the upcoming schedule as well as the standings here in the California Collegiate League South Division. Looks like we're going to have a pitching change as well for the Philippines baseball group. They had 3 days off, so they have plenty of pitchers ready to go, fresh. So 34 is Franco Moran. We also saw him last week. He's the second pitcher of the afternoon. I'll tell you a little bit more about him later on in the broadcast. But want to take a picture of the South standings at the moment. Coming into today, the Foresters are at the top of the conference, 15-4. The Oaks are 12-7. Saints right behind them at 10-7. Orange County Riptide currently in 4th place at a record of 10-10. The Waves are 3-4 with the better win percentage. The Academy Barons are 7-11, 2 games back of the Orange County Riptide. The Bombers are 2-8. Philippines Baseball Group 1-10 as they round out the standings. The Foresters compete in the NBC postseason in the World Series over there in Missouri in the Midwest. So that means the 3 next teams will be the 3 playoff teams that represent the South. Last year was the Oaks, Saints, and Riptide. Right now it's looking like those 3 teams are going to be the 3 teams in the playoffs. Playoffs don't start until the very end of the season, July 27th. The Barons are 2 games back of the Riptide, which means they have a chance, a little better start to the season than they had last year. At this point last season, they only had 6 wins as a team. One more win. They're going to have to start putting together some wins and go back on a winning streak. They had some momentum at the end of the month of June. At one point, had won 5 of their last 7 games. The losers of 2 straight now. Losses in 3 of their last 4 games. In steps J.J. Nielsen. First pitch from Moran is a strike. Nielsen, Backstrom, and Mertz, 3-2 up in this half of the inning. Barons picked up 3 runs in the first inning. Breaking ball misses inside. So Badillo's day is done after 26 pitches. Only last 1 inning. Nielsen comes up empty on the swing. One and 2 the count to the shortstop, native to Cerritos, California. Moran comes set. The 1-2 powers past it. Nielsen's bat, and that's out number 1. In steps Hunter Backstrom. We had Hunter Backstrom on the broadcast yesterday. Finally got a day off after making 4 starts in a row. First pitch downstairs. Backstrom on the season makes his 12th start of the year. 220 at the plate. Chops this foul right side. One and 1 the count to the center fielder. Played this past season at West LA. Foul tips it into the glove. 1-2. This upcoming school year, he'll continue playing baseball at UC Riverside. The 1-2 drives this into center field. Lamarzna back a few steps. Makes the grab for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down for the reliever, Franco Moran. Just what you wanted if your head coach Will Pickett's. Again, the starter chased out of the game. Jacob Badillo finishes with 26 pitches, 1 inning. Gave up 3 hits, 3 earned runs, 1 walk, no strikeouts in the outing. Franco Moran takes over, a native to Daly City. Played this past season at Skyline Community College over in San Bruno in the Bay Area. First pitch strike to Mertz. Second pitch of the at-bat, misses away. 1-1 the count. Puts us on the ground for the first baseman, Stevenson. Corrals it. Underhand toss over to first in time. 3-1 for out number 3. On to the top of the third. Scheduled to have an interview here for you on the broadcast. Don't go anywhere, folks.
To the bottom of the second inning for the Barons, there were no runs, there were no hits.
Top of the third inning, we'll see the 3-4-5 hitters due up. Jimmy Welsher still on the mound. In the broadcast booth, we're joined by Will Valenzuela. Thank you for making the time to hop on.
Yep. Thank you for having me.
First question I wanted to ask you is, how did the opportunity come to play for the Academy Barons this summer?
Honestly, I just hit him up on email, and that's how I got in contact with TJ. TJ just hit me up right away. I sent him video and all that. He just hit me up, and yeah, that's how I got started.
You just finished your first season at Fullerton College. How did that experience go for you?
It went well. There was a lot of experience that I got from it. I threw a decent amount of innings. I had a lot of good outings, bad outings, but, I just learned from it. Come back another year, see what happens.
What would you say is the most important lesson you learned in your freshman season?
Let's see. Probably just don't take it too serious. It's a lot of game, and especially if you're a reliever, you could come in for one inning, give up like 2 runs, and then your day's done. So it's kind of hard to. And yeah, just go day by day instead of taking it out too serious. Yeah, basically.
This summer, you've been a starter for the Barons, but also a reliever. What are the differences in approach you have to make?
As a reliever, I didn't want to change too much because I had experience relieving. So
Here's a ball hit into center field. Backstrom can't quite make the grab. It'll be an extra base hit for the Philippines baseball group to begin the inning. Vasquez at second base. Again, we're chatting here with Will Valenzuela, one of the pitchers for the Academy Barons. What was the process and what led to the decision to play at Fullerton College this past year?
I just seen they had a good coach, Bomber. He was at Cal State Fullerton previously. He led them to a couple College World Series, so that kind of helped me choose that program because he kind of flipped the program around when he got there, like about 5-6 years ago. But yeah, that really helped me choose there because I knew I would develop better, become a better pitcher, player. Yeah, so that's really what helped me there when they recruited me.
There's a few other guys on the roster for the Barons that are from other OEC schools that you played against. Is there any, friendly trash talk that you guys do in the dugout?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we have a couple Santa Ana guys, and they took our series. So, and I know you were at Santa Ana, so
yeah.
Yeah, it was a tough one, but no, we're all cool with each other. We all have we played similar teams, so we have a lot in common. But yeah, we also have Fullerton guys like Isaac, and then Trevor was on his team, so yeah, it was cool having them.
Runners on first and third after the infield single by Dylan Tagium. Nobody out for Owen Stevenson. Blooper into right field. Mertz grabs it for out number 1. No tag as it was a shallow pop fly. Again, we're chatting here with Will Valenzuela. What's your earliest baseball memory and what got you into the sport in the first place?
Honestly, I was kind of forced into this, but that's how everyone starts. But eventually you just like it, especially in high school. That's where you just start playing more and take it more serious, and then you end up just, loving the game, and then that's how it goes. That's how it went for me. I definitely did not try as much until about my sophomore year of high school. Double play. Up.
Del Villar can't make the pick, so they do get 1 out. A run does score. No, they say.
Oh, he was out.
I missed it. So maybe one of the runner at second. Runner's interference. Must have been. So it acts like a double play. 5-4-3 to end the inning. Again, we're here with Will Valenzuela. So if you weren't doing baseball, what other sport or what other would you be doing?
Probably golf. I mean, I'm a pretty good golfer. Not really, but I think I am. But yeah, I like playing golf a lot. Maybe like pickleball.
Okay, you like pickleball?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I played a lot last summer, and not really this summer, but I'm trying to play more.
Okay.
Probably
good.
one of those, or Fortnite probably.
Fortnite, okay.
Esports.
Big esports guy?
Yeah.
What's your favorite memory from high school baseball at Cal High?
Oh, it has to be junior CIF.
Okay.
We're kind of the underdog, and we took a game from a team we shouldn't have won. That was definitely a good game. That was, yeah, for sure the best memory there. Yeah.
In the bottom of the third inning, we're going to see Nathaniel Williams, Antonio Lujan, and Tommy Gooden. 3-2 is the score. The Barons still lead. Franco Moran on the mound for the Philippines baseball group. And we're here with Will Valenzuela, one of the relievers, one of the pitchers for the Academy Barons this summer. Do you have a favorite memory this year?
This year for the Barons, definitely against the Riptide, my first start. I didn't know what to expect. First time starting and over probably high school, so getting that start felt good, and I was excited. And I think I had 8 Ks in like 4 innings, so that was definitely more than I was expecting. So definitely the best memory there.
When you're in a tough spot on the mound, whether there's runners on base or you're just thrown into a tough situation as a reliever, what's one thing you try to tell yourself to calm yourself down?
I like telling myself like what if I just get out of this? And then sometimes, I don't know, most of the time I just end up throwing more strikes. I think just throwing strikes. Yeah, but just thinking to myself like what if I get out of this? And then even if it's a tough spot, even getting out with just 1 run instead of like 3, that's a win. But yeah, that's definitely what I tell myself, like I could get out of this and it's possible, so why not try?
Fly out to right field for the first out of the inning. What's one thing you've learned from pitching coach AJ Monterez and the rest of the coaching staff here?
Definitely the little things matter, like just like fielding your position as a pitcher, backing up bases. I wasn't really doing that as much, and they kind of got on me for that. But yeah, definitely that's something I've learned. Yeah, and definitely take it day by day. So we play a lot of games in 1 month or over a month, but take it day by day and just learn from each day.
Do you have a favorite baseball movie of all time?
Probably The Sandlot. I think it's probably everyone's maybe.
A lot of people have said that. There's been a few Moneyball.
Moneyball, yeah.
That's like a second popular favorite we've got here on the broadcast.
Yeah, definitely Sandlot. I think that's what I watched the most growing up.
0-2 the count to Antonio Lujan. We're here with Will Valenzuela in the broadcast booth. Do you have a favorite thing to snack on in the dugout or in the bullpen?
The bullpen, I like Nerd Gummies and like Lifesaver Gummies. I'm a big gummy guy, and I like a Red Bull.
1 out single for Lujan. He reaches first. What's one thing you really want to work on this offseason going into Fullerton College next year?
For the Barons, number 47, Tommy Gooden.
Probably just learning how to start. I guess I've gotten those starts and just being comfortable with that, going longer in the games. Yeah, because I definitely need to learn how to get my body into like the 5th, 6th inning and get used to that. But I think I've really see ya. Never mind.
Too soon?
Yeah, too soon.
Maybe if he pulled it, you might have.
Yeah, again.
Long fly ball for out number 2. Gooden is retired. It seems like this team has gelled really well this season. A lot of guys from different areas. What's one thing you've learned from your teammates this season?
Let's see. What I've learned, probably how to play a hacky sack. That's probably what I learned. Nah, but they do help me after like outings, before outings, like thought processes and like how to use my body better, or just learn off each other, pitches, sliders, how they hold stuff, basically.
What's your pregame routine like to get you ready for a game?
That's close. Pre-game routine. I just like dynamic, some arm circles, bands, a Red Bull. Yeah, that's like a superstition now.
Okay.
But yeah, it's kind of helped me, so I'm gonna keep doing it.
Got it. Last question for you. What's your favorite food spot in your hometown of Whittier?
Oh, food spot. Ooh. Oh, food spot. I'm good with like, it's not really a hometown spot, but I just like Panera.
Okay.
Panera, the like bread bowls or like a barbecue chicken sandwich or something. Yeah, I don't know. I like dessert.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm not sure for food spots. I like anything, honestly.
Right on, right on. Again, that's Will Valenzuela joining us on the broadcast booth.
All right, thank
It
you
was
for
a
having
pleasure
me.
having you on.
Yeah, thank you.
Best of luck this summer.
All right.
Back here at the MLB Youth Academy, top of the fourth, we'll see a new pitcher on the mound for the Academy Barons. Right-hander who wears number 34 by the name of Adrian Blanchette. Stands at 6'4". Takes over for Jimmy Welsher, who got the start this evening. First start of the season for Welsher. His day is done after 3 innings, 42 pitches. Get you the rest of his line later. First pitch. Not sure where that one missed, but it is ball 1 to Javen Boxa, third baseman. Boxa behind on the fastball. 1-1 the count. We'll see Javen Boxa, Noah Rodriguez, and Wyatt Lamarsna here in this half of the inning. Foul tipped off the mask. I think that ricocheted both off Ocampo and the home plate umpire. Both seem to be okay. 1-2 the count. Blanchette makes his 6th appearance for the Barons this season. He's pitched 5 2/3 of an inning. An ERA of 6.75 on the year. Strike 3. Boxa goes down looking. First strikeout of the outing for Blanchette out of the bullpen. So Welsher's day is done. He's finished after 3 full innings, 42 pitches thrown. He gave up 6 hits, 2 runs, both of which are earned. No walks, 2 strikeouts. Final line for Jimmy Welsher. Exits the game with a 3-2 lead. In steps Rodriguez. Fullerton College player. We just had Will Valenzuela, one one of the pitchers for the Academy Barons in the broadcast booth. He played at Fullerton College this past spring. On 1 the count. Rodriguez steps back in. Oh, 2. Blanchette played for the Academy Barons this past summer season in 2024. This past school year was at UC Riverside. The 0-2, foul ball into the net. Count remains at no balls and 2 strikes. Last summer, Blanchette made 9 appearances, pitched 10 innings, finished with an ERA of 13.93. In those 10 innings, he gave up 12 walks. He's had a lot better command of his pitches this summer. In 6 innings, he's only given up 4 walks. Looks a lot more confident on the mound. There's another strikeout. Rodriguez set down looking. In 6 innings, he has 8 strikeouts now after those last 2. Rodriguez and Box are the latest 2 victims.
For the Philippines players here are Wyatt Lamarsna.
Now we'll see Wyatt Lamarsna. Out of high school, Blanchette committed to USC. Spent the 2024 school year as a redshirt, then transferred to UC Riverside. Lamarsna pulls back the bunt attempt. Peel down to first, no swing. 1-0 the count to the center fielder. He reached on the error by Nathaniel Williams. Pumps the fastball by Lamarsna. Evens the count at 1-1. His fastball can get into the low 90s. That time at 89. Outside. But Lamarsna went around on the swing, says home plate umpire. Strike 2. Two outs, 1-2 count to Lamarsna. Blanchette, the new pitcher on the mound. Here's the big righty's pitch. Upstairs with the fastball. Two and 2. In the bottom of the 4th, we'll see the 6, 7, 8 hitters. Klanowski will lead things off for the Barons. Spikes this one. 3 and 2 now. Nobody on base, 2 outs. Top of the 4th inning. Blanchette comes set. The payoff pitch. Foul ball out of play. Lamarsna stays alive. Count remains full. Blanchette made 9 appearances for the Highlanders this past season. Pitched 13 innings, finished with an ERA of 7.11. The payoff pitch one more time into the air, right field, foul territory. Klanowski there towards the bullpen, makes the catch. That's out number 3. So Blanchette sets down the Philippines baseball group 1-2-3 in the top of the 4th. On to the bottom of the 4th we go. Thanks for tuning in to Academy Barons Baseball. Klanowski will lead things off when we come back. Bottom of the fourth inning, we'll see another pitcher for the Philippines baseball group, the third of the evening already. Right-hander who spent this past school year at LA Pierce College. Stands at 6'3", wears number 28. Right-hander named Tyler Cilio. So Cilio takes over on the mound for Franco Moran. We saw Jacob Bidillo start the game, but only last an inning for the Philippines baseball group. He's pulled after giving up 3 runs. Franco Moran had an effective outing out of the bullpen. 2 innings, only allowed 1 hit, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts, but did a job. Only used 18 pitches as well. Now we'll see Tyler Cilio, who makes his second appearance on the season. Pitched 2 innings against the San Francisco Seagulls back on June 21st. Remember, the Philippines baseball group is an affiliate team here. They don't have a full schedule. They had 3 days off in between their last game with the Barons this past Saturday. Their last 2 games have been against the Barons. Tuesday, June 24th, Saturday, June 28th, tonight. And then check that, Friday, July 4th, they'll take on the Oaks. First pitch scheduled at 4 p.m. Then they have games both Saturday and Sunday. But a lot of breaks in action this last week and a half for the Philippines baseball group. So Tyler Cilio takes over on the mound for the Philippines baseball group. Barons lead 3-2. Jacob Klanowski will lead things off. Isaac Ocampo and J.J. Nielsen will follow. Klanowski popped up to the shortstop. Let's reset that defense for you. In the infield, it's Javen Boxa at third. Malachi Lopez at short. Nomar Vasquez plays second. And at first base, Owen Stevenson. First pitch, strike 2, Klanowski. Behind home plate, it's Ben Lee. In the outfield from left to right, Tyler Haruda, Wyatt Lamarzna, Noah Rodriguez in right field. The defense for the Philippines baseball group. They're in their red uniforms, gray bottoms. 1-1. Off the end of the bat, and Klanowski might have, he chipped that piece of his bat, so have to grab a new piece of wood. 1-2 the count. So Klanowski has broken a few bats. Not really sure what number bat this is for Jacob Klanowski. We had him on the broadcast, I think it was probably 2 Sundays ago now, against the Oaks. Had a good conversation with him about his baseball background, his time spent at Cal State East Bay, but also his time growing up playing hockey. His family's from Victoria, Canada. He's a big Vancouver Canucks fan. The Canucks have yet to win the Stanley Cup Finals in their team history. 1-2 is a foul ball, out of play. Klanowski is a big player too. He stands at 6'2". Listed at 215 pounds. Probably make a nice defenseman too on the ice. 1-2 downstairs. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bottom of the 4th inning. Nobody out, nobody on base for the Academy Barons. Barons lead 3-2. Inside. Oh, it's ruled strike 3. So a borderline call goes the Philippines' way. First out of the inning for Tyler Cilio. He takes over on the mound. Again for Franco Moran. Philippines baseball group led by manager Will Picketts. In steps Isaac Ocampo. Outside. Campo steps back in. The 1-0. Foul ball towards the backstop. 1-1 the count. Ocampo flew out to center field to end the first inning. Two balls and one strike. Campo played in 23 games for the Golden West Rustlers this past spring. Finished with a batting average of .333. On the edge of the zone. Evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tyler Cilio from the windup. The 2-2. Outside. Full count pitch from the right-hander. Ocampo lifts this into right center. Rodriguez has enough time to make the catch for out number 2. So again, Tyler Cilio, one of the many players on the roster from L.A. Pierce College, 8 to be exact. The Philippines baseball group calls L.A. Pierce their home field. That's where they practice. They aren't allowed to have any home games this season as an affiliate member to the CCL. 2 outs for J.J. Nielsen. Struck out swinging in the second inning. This guy's just high into the air. Foul territory. Lee takes off the mask. Makes the grab for out number 3. 1-2-3 inning for the Academy Barons. They still lead 3-2. We'll see if Blanchett returns to the mound for the Academy Barons in the top of the 5th. We'll stay on during this half-inning break. Thanks again for tuning in to Academy Barons Baseball here on the Academy Barons YouTube channel. My name is Noah Alvarez. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Every time we go live, you'll get a notification on your smart device. And you can tune into the live feed from wherever you watch, whether it's on your phone, laptop, TV. Many different ways you can tune in to the Academy Barons this summer. And if you have a chance, if you're native to the Southern California area, we highly suggest you come out, check one of the games in person here at the MLB Youth Academy. Great facilities, right off the 91 freeway here in the city of Compton. It's on the campus of Compton College, right off of Artesia. You could take either the Long Beach Boulevard or the Santa Fe exits off the 91 freeway. Adrian Blanchett will be on the mound again for the Academy Barons. Their schedule coming up on the season. Tomorrow they will hit the road to take on the Santa Barbara Foresters. They'll have the 4th and 5th of July off this week. Sunday they'll host the Orange County Riptide here at the Academy. First pitch in that game has been moved to 4 p.m. So in case you hadn't got the announcement yet, first pitch scheduled at 4 p.m. An important game against the Riptide this upcoming Sunday. We mentioned the Barons are 2 games back of the Riptide in the latest standings for the 3rd and final playoff spot. Still plenty of time. It's game number 19 on the season. There's 17 left to go. But the Barons have to close that gap, not only with the Riptide, but the top teams of the CCL South. They have to take a chance, take advantage of every chance they can against a team like the Philippines baseball group. Their first win of the season, their only win of the season, came in that opening weekend, Saturday, June 7th. So they started the season off 1-1, have since lost 9 straight. 2 straight losses to the Academy Barons. Before that, they had a trip up north where they lost 3. Blanchett still on the mound. We'll see the top of the order due up for the Philippines. Swinging and piss. Tyler Haruta behind on the fastball. Haruta's 1 for 2. Doubled in the first inning. Came around to score. Strikeout in his last at-bat. Close miss. Evens the count, 1-1. On the outside edge. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Haruta played this past season at Simpson University. Made 28 starts this past spring. Here's the 1-2 from Blanchett. Another swing and a miss. Haruta goes down via the strikeout. Strikeout number 3 of the outing. Out number 1 in the top of the 5th. When Adrian Blanchett has that command of the not only the fastball but as well as the slider, it's a deadly 1-2 combo. That time the fastball in on the hands at 91. In steps the catcher Ben Lee. He's 1 for 2. Misses the top of the zone. The Philippines have 2 runs off 6 hits, no errors. Barons 3 runs off 4 hits, 1 error. Spiked fastball gets by Ocampo. Nobody on base, 1 out. Batter on deck is Nomar Vasquez. On the ground, foul, left side. Two and 1 the count after the foul ball. Lee makes the start behind home plate. In Saturday's game, he got the start at first base for the Philippines. Finished the game 4 of 5 with 3 RBIs, 2 extra base hits, a double and a triple. Chopper for Nielsen, takes a step back. Strong throw over to first in time for out number 2. Two quick outs for Adrian Blanchett in the top of the 5th inning. The lights are on. Still plenty of daylight here in Southern California. Very nice weather we're having this evening. Now we'll see Nomar Vasquez. Another batter, 1 of 2 on the evening. Double in his last plate appearance. Stranded at third base to end the inning. On the ground, left side, Williams to his left. Fires it over to first base in time. That's out number 3. A 1-2-3 inning for Adrian Blanchett in his 2nd inning of work. Very important for pitching coach A.J. Monterez and the Barons coaching staff as it's a bullpen day. Jimmy Welsher got the start. Adrian Blanchett, the first man in relief. We'll see if there's a new pitcher in the top of the 6th. Before the top of the 6th, we'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Due up for the Academy Barons, 9-1-2. Hunter Baxter will lead things off when we come back.
Pitching for the Philippines.
Bottom of the 5th inning, a new pitcher on the mound for the Philippines baseball group. It's the 4th pitcher of the evening for head coach Will Pickett and the coaching staff. Right-hander by the name of Daniel Neria. Neria is a native to Burbank, spent this past season at Glendale Community College. Finished his sophomore season. It also looks like we have a new catcher in the game. New catcher is Brady Ferramisco. We're going to wait to see if he gets that final throwdown or if he's just warming up the pitcher, but we don't see Ben Lee out there. So as Neria gets his warm-up pitches, let's recap the game. In the top of the 1st inning, the Philippines struck first, picking up 2 runs off 3 hits in that inning alone. Jimmy Welsher got the start today for the Barons, but he settled in nicely, finished the game with 3 innings of work, and only allowed those 2 runs to come across in the 1st inning. The Barons responded with 3 of their own in the bottom of the 1st inning. 2 were off the 2-run home run by Tommy Gooden. The first was a sac fly by Nathaniel Williams, driving in Mertz to score. They've been quiet since. The Barons went down 1-2-3 in the 4th inning. 5 straight retired in a row by the Philippines baseball group. It's one thing to make note when the Barons are doing really well. They had found a recipe in the middle of the order. Guys like Trevor Schmidt, Jason Del Villar, Tommy Gooden, and Tony Lujan were all coming up big in different ways. But with the absence of Akiyama, Taylor, and Schmidt, a lot of these other players for the Barons in different positions in the lineup than they were 2 weeks ago and haven't been as productive offensively as when they were rolling. Backstrom comes up empty on the first pitch. 0-1 the count. Again, Daniel Neria takes over on the mound. Pitched this last season at Glendale Community College. Made 9 appearances for the Vaqueros. The Barons pitching coach, A.J. Monterez, also played at Glendale Community College. 1-2 the count as Backstrom shakes his head in disagreement. The 1-2 from Neria. A check swing, peeled down to the third base umpire. Backstrom goes down via the strikeout. After the appeal, down at third base. Coaching third base at the moment, Tank Kazarian. Lorenzo Gray at first base. Now we'll see the top of the order come up for the Barons. 6 straight batters retired in order by the Philippines pitching staff. Brady Ferramisco is the new catcher behind home plate, calling balls and strikes. I'll get you the rest of the defense after this pitch. Mertz slaps it into the air. Haruda gives chase, but it drifts foul. Owen Stevenson at first base. At second, Nomar Vasquez. Malachi Lopez plays short. And at third base, Javen Boxa. In the outfield, it's Tyler Haruda in left. Wyatt Lamarsna in center. Noah Rodriguez in right field. Skies this one into the air, left field. Haruda comes in the left center gap, makes the grab for out number 2. 6 pitches, 2 outs. Pretty efficient start thus far for Daniel Neria. First pitch to the third baseman, misses outside. Williams 0 for 1 on the evening. Drove in the run in the first inning on a sacrifice fly. Misses inside the zone as it gets past the catcher Faramisco. 2-0 the count. A hitter's friendly count for Nathaniel Williams. One of 3 brothers that attended Santa Ana College, and all 3 of them were switch hitters. Skies this foul out of play behind us. We saw his middle brother Thomas Williams with the San Diego Bombers, playing on the roster this summer for the affiliate team. Thomas Williams currently at University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley. Nathaniel just finished his freshman season at Santa Ana College. Hit .314 and 34 starts for the Dons. Chopper to the right side of the infield. Naria grabs it last minute, and it's a bad throw over to Stevenson. Not sure if it would have been in time. Williams legs out an infield single. Keeps the inning alive for the Barons here. Now time is called by the pitching coach, Jackson Briscoe. He'll have a quick conversation with the entire infield. Antonio Lujan's 2 for 2 in the evening, 2 singles. Came around to score on the Tommy Gooden 2-run home run back in the first inning. In those 9 appearances this season for Glendale College, started 3 games, pitched 43 innings total, was a workhorse for the Vaqueros. In those 43 innings, he had 33 strikeouts, finished with an ERA of 6.49, finished with a record of 3-2.
For the Barons, number 32, Antonio Lujan.
Faramisco has a quick conversation with Lujan as he steps into the batter's box. Switch hitter hits from the left side. Spent this past season at Azusa Pacific University. Runner takes off. Williams had a big jump. No chance for a tag at second base. It gets into center field, not far enough for Williams to advance. Second stolen base for the Barons this evening. Neri asks for a new baseball. Runner in scoring position for the Barons. Long pause here from the pitcher, Naria. Second pitch of the at-bat misses outside. 2-0 the count to Lujan. And a very talented background with both parents. Mike Lujan played 2 seasons at Azusa Pacific. His mom, Lisa Fernandez, considered by many to be one of the greater softball players in U.S. softball history. 3-0 the count. First base is open if they choose to work around Lujan. That does find the zone for strike 1. Three and 1 the count. Runner on second base. 2 outs in the inning. Barons lead 3-2. Williams at second base. Shortstop Lopez keeps a close eye. Drives this into right center field. Lamarsden gives chase. It's Rodriguez who makes it into the gap in time for out number 3. Didn't quite catch the barrel. On to the top of the 6th. We're scheduled to have an interview here in the broadcast booth. Don't go anywhere, folks. New pitcher on the mound for the Academy Barons, a right-hander by the name of Henry Sorman. Stands at 6 foot, played this past year as a freshman for El Camino College. Also went to Sarah Gardena High School. There's a few guys on the roster from Sarah Gardena, guys like Hunter Backstrom, Nigel Buckley, Henry Sorman now who we see on the mound. Private school over in the city of Gardena. So Sorman takes over. We had him on the broadcast for an interview during Sunday's game against the Saints. 0-1 the count. Takes over for Adrian Blanchette, who pitched 2 shutout innings, only used 24 pitches. Right past the glove of Sorman, and it gets into center field. Leadoff single for Dylan Tagium and the Philippines baseball group. Barons lead 3-2. 7th hit of the afternoon for the Philippines. They picked up both runs early in the top of the 1st inning, have been quiet since. They have had some base runners, not since the 3rd inning, however. Jimmy Welsher got the start today. Adrian Blanchett, the second pitcher. Now Henry Sorman delivers a strike on the edge. Del Villar at first base, battles the sun. Holds the runner, Tagium. Throw over to first, no tag. Stevenson's 0 for 2 on the evening. A strikeout and a pop-up to the infielder, Mertz. Runner takes off. Ocampo's throw down to Nielsen is in time. Nielsen applies the tag, and Tagium's out. So now both catchers for the Barons this summer have 2 runners caught stealing. Second on the season for Isaac Ocampo. The newest catcher, Nigel Buckley, also picked up 2 in his 2 starts this week. 1 Sunday and 1 last night against the Waves. This breaks away from the righty. 1-2 the count to Stevenson. 1 out of the inning. 2-6 for the putout. Two and two. Sorman back onto the rubber. Nobody on base. Pitches from the windup. downstairs for ball 3. Storman made 9 appearances for the Warriors this past spring, pitched 25 innings, finished with an ERA of 5.04, also recorded 2 saves. This one driven into left field. Lujan a few steps in, out number 2. In the 25 innings, he finished with 18 strikeouts and 8 walks. Again, that was this past spring for the El Camino Warriors. It's his 5th appearance on the season for the Academy Barons this summer. 2 outs, no one on base. Into foul territory, Del Villar gives a look and grabs it for out number 3. Storman sets down the Philippines baseball group 1-2-3 in the top of the 6th inning. Thanks for tuning in to Academy Barons Baseball here on the Academy Barons YouTube channel. Bottom of the 6th, Tommy Gooden will lead things off. He hit the 2-run home run in the 1st inning. Barons have been quiet since that 1st inning. Both teams scored their runs in the 1st inning, and no runs have come across since. Another pitcher on the mound for the Philippines baseball group. Right-hander by the name of Jaden Bagalayos. Bagalayos stands at 6'3", played this past season at LA Pierce, one of 3 members of the LA Pierce baseball team, and we'll come back after this. New pitcher in the bottom of the 6th inning, Jaden Bagalayos takes over on the mound for the Philippines baseball group. Here in the broadcast booth, we're joined by Jordan Carrington. How you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Pretty good. Thank you for making the time to hop on.
Thank you, bro.
So the first question I wanted to ask you is, how did the opportunity come for the play for the Academy Barons this summer?
I was able to play with them. I came here. I reached out by TJ. I played at LA Valley. It was a pretty good JUCO. They had a good year last year, and I always had TJ's number. And I sent him my stats, and I remember we played here, and I hit a home run. I cleared the trees, and he was like, "Yeah, we need a first baseman." And then he sent me the contract that next week, and I was like, "Yeah, I'd love to play out here," because last summer I was able to go play in the West Coast League, and I want to stay home this summer. So it was a good opportunity that got offered to me, so I took it.
Tommy Gooden steps in. He'll lead things off. It's the 4, 5, 6 hitters. We're chatting here with Jordan Carrington inside the broadcast booth. How was your experience this year compared to last year in the West Coast League?
I was just about to say I thought he was going to hit another bomb. I was about to say, do you think?
It looked good off the bat.
Honestly, last summer it was super cool. I was able to travel and get to see that whole minor league aspect to being in Washington and traveling around to Canada and Oregon area to play different teams. It was super cool. But I like this whole aspect of being able to be home and having my parents be able to come to the games and watch me play, because depending on where I ended up going to go play baseball, they might not be able to just come to my games no more. So that was another big thing that I was like, I want to play in a good league that's accessible for them to be able to come here and watch me play.
First pitch to Jason Del Villar misses inside. What's your backstory into getting into baseball? Who got you in?
So basically, I remember I was younger. I was I'd probably say 5 years old, and my mom cut on the TV, and I remember I was watching the Little League World Series. I didn't know what it was, and I was just super fascinated with it. And I remember I told my mom, I was like, I want to play whatever that is. She signed me up literally that next week to go play at a Little League, and then since then it's been I've been playing every day. It's been super cool.
Coming out of high school, you initially committed to Monmouth College. How did the opportunity come about?
So basically, at the school that I was at Rancho Cucamonga High School. there was a lot of opportunities where I was able to go play at like other bigger schools, but I honestly didn't think that I was ready for it. And knowing me, I didn't know my body as well. I was still growing, so there was like I was still like a little bit of a weird moving person. And obviously at the time I wasn't like educated on like the whole junior college aspect. So I went out there for a year, and then I came back and I was able to play at a JUCO where I like fully had like my strength and like knew what I could do with my body. And now kind of like the rest is history. I'm getting a lot of more opportunities that I never would have thought that I would have had in high school. So super cool experience.
Del VR flies out for the second out of the inning. Jacob Konofsky.
I'm calling a base hit up the middle. I feel like he has it.
He's due, right?
Yeah. I heard he broke another bat.
He did break another at bat in his last.
That's
I think
9.
he chipped to the top.
That's
9?
That's his 9th bat this summer, I think.
So now we know. TJ, we got to get more bats for Jacob. 1-1 the count. In on the hands. At that experience in Monmouth, it was in Illinois. Was that a big culture shock for you to leave there?
Oh, yeah. When I went up there, I remember, like, I thought it was just going to be like California, and I went up there, and I saw, like, shorts and, like, wife beaters and everything that was, like, in my suitcase. I was out there, and I got, like, violently sick, like, the first month I was out there. And I was like, no, I'm coming back. And I remember I told my mom, I was like, yeah, I don't think I could play out in Illinois. Like, the whole, like, not the culture change, but getting used to the weather and stuff. My body, like, generally wasn't used to it. I remember I missed all the fall ball because I was, like, violently sick. I was going to the hospital and stuff. Wow. So I was like, yeah, no. So then I came back, and then luckily, you obviously know where LA Valley is. That's where I ended up going to go play, and it was way better. Didn't have to worry about the weather as much.
What's one thing you learned at LA Valley they're going to carry with you in the rest of your career?
I would probably say just the whole hustling, the whole like 9-yard hustling, because our coach, he played at Long Beach State when he was younger, and they were like the original people that came with like the whole like dirtbag like mentality, and he kind of like forced that on us to where like we would have that same mentality. And honestly, it helped a lot, like, because baseball is a game where I feel like you got to be like mentally strong and have a lot of confidence, because if you don't have either, then like it's going to eat you up. And like Coach Sked did a really good job of like enforcing that on everybody that played at LA Valley. And like you're seeing it now with like a lot of the players that we've had that played at LA Valley. They're playing at Power 5 D1s, and they're doing well. So right now I think we already have like 6 D1 commits right now. So like I think it's working out for the best. So I'm for sure going to carry that with me. It's helped me a lot.
Do you have any favorite memories that stick out at LA Valley?
Probably like we had it was a game versus Antelope Valley, and it was our first walk-off of the season, and it was like the best thing ever because I'm pretty sure we were down like 3, and we scored all like 3 runs in that inning, and then we walked it off. And I was running at third base, and I came in as like the winning run. It was the funnest thing ever. Like watching everybody like run out the dugout, all that whole walk-off experience. It was super cool. It was super cool.
Right on, right on. Full count to Jacob Konofsky, 2 outs in the inning, no one on base. Last night you were a part of an exciting play at home plate 2 against the Waves.
Yeah.
When you were rounding third, did you expect to get the wave from your third base coach?
No, honestly, I thought he was going to put the brakes on because, like, you saw me running. I was fast until I got to second base. And then it looks like an imaginary trailer, like, came and was, like, stopping me. I was fighting for my life trying to get home. But, yeah, no, once he waved me, I was like, dang. I tried to push myself as fast as I could. And then I saw the catcher. He was like, we got him 4-4. I was like, oh, dude. I was like thinking in my head, I was like, what swim move I'm going to have to try to pull off? So I tried to like slide on the back corner of the base, and I was called safe. But, dude, my energy was shot for like an inning. And I was like, yeah, I can't do that right now. But, yeah, no, I need an oxygen tank when I got in there.
2 outs, runner on first. Alcampo steps in.
Did you play baseball too when you were younger?
I did, but it was a sport that I got into not until I think 7th or 8th grade.
Okay.
Because I moved cities. In the city I grew up in, we played a lot of basketball and football. In the new city, more of a baseball town, so I got into it kind of late.
So you're a dual athlete then?
Yeah.
Okay.
I played in my freshman year. I did play football, basketball, baseball.
Oh.
I ended up sticking up with just football and basketball the rest of the way.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's fire, dude. Which one do you think that you like the most?
I've grown
I feel
up.
like that's biased though, because like you're doing a baseball broadcast right now. But like, which one?
It's tough because I feel like as a broadcaster, I probably like basketball the most.
Yeah.
Playing, I liked football when I was younger, but now that I'm older, I've like learned baseball more. So
Yeah.
I do appreciate baseball in a different way than I did when I was, 16, 17.
He's there.
Konowski
Good.
gets a stolen base.
Yeah, he's there. Good.
Did you play any other sports growing up?
A little bit of basketball, a little bit of track, and then like all the track ability like left my body once I figured out that I was gonna be playing baseball. A little bit of football too, but my mom, she disliked it because she hated like football because like she told me she wanted me to have all my brain cells. So like he's
That's true.
scoring. Oh, I should have sent him. But yeah, a little bit of that. A lot of athletes in my family, but none of them did baseball. I was the first one to pick up baseball. Everyone was football. My mom, she ran Division I track. My daddy was basketball. So like when I said baseball, it was like random. But I have a cousin. He played at USC and then he got drafted. He's in AA right now. So he kind of was like another person I tried to like follow.
Runners at the corners, 2 outs. In steps J.J. Nielsen.
I feel like he's due for a home run.
I feel like he's just due for a base hit in general, yeah. He's been quiet. Went 0 for 3 yesterday.
You've seen him though. It's just like he's just missing too.
He had a deep drive into center field yesterday.
Yeah.
With runners at second and third. 1-1 the count. The one thing I like about playing multiple sports, though, I feel like a lot of them are translatable. The skills that you develop in one sport will help you in another.
Definitely. Especially baseball, because I feel like it's more like football. You're like fast and shifty, but I feel like baseball, it's everything. It's like the little things too. Like a lot of people, like it always confuses them on like how pitchers can be like super skinny and they easily throw like 100 miles per hour.
Right.
And it's like, I don't know if you ever been like to the gym and like you've seen athletes like do like their like training thing. And it's like, what are they doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
It looks weird.
They're
but
throwing around weights weirdly. But I like it too because baseball, you have people of different shapes and sizes.
Oh,
right?
yeah, for sure.
I always felt at a disadvantage because I ended up playing at Golden West for football.
Okay.
But
That's a good program.
I was a smaller guy, right?
Yeah.
So I liked out baseball. You can be a little bigger, you could be a little smaller. Really didn't matter
Oof.
as long as you were skilled.
That was another one he just missed. He's strong too, especially him playing football at Hawaii too.
Spends a lot of time in the weight room.
Yeah.
Pop up to end the inning. Barronstrand runners at the corners onto the top of the 7th. Again, we're here with Jordan Carrington in the broadcast booth.
Yeah.
Due up for the Philippines is the 7, 8, 9 hitters. Do you have any hobbies outside of baseball?
I'm getting into fishing right now. I did that a lot when I was younger, and then I like stopped. So I'm getting back into that fishing. I'm trying to get into the guitar too. I'm getting that whole aspect going.
Okay.
But probably like I'll go like hiking, but I feel like that. Yeah, that counts as a hobby, but like the main thing is fishing. Fishing's like pretty fun. It's like a peaceful thing, especially like with baseball. We're at the field 24/7, so like on off days, like obviously you're not gonna be going out all the time and like out with your friends. So I was like, dude, just drive over here to like the marina and just go fishing. It's super peaceful.
Do you have a favorite spot to fish?
Probably the marina, cause like some of my friends are over there, so like we'll just meet up over there and it's just you have like the best combos too. I feel like
Okay.
a little fishing. I went the other day and I was able to catch a barracuda, so that was cool.
Do you have a lot of cool pictures of your catches? Big fish?
I'm getting into it. I got a picture of the barracuda one. I was scared though because I didn't realize how sharp their teeth were.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, no.
They're carnivores, right?
Yeah. And I'm obviously not gonna eat a barracuda, so I just caught and released it. But like, I want to catch one out. I want to take back home and try to cook it myself.
Have you ever been deep sea fishing?
No, I want to do that, but like that's another thing. I'd be scared. I'll be thinking about like all the exit points, like how to, because I could swim, but like, dude, that's deep out.
Right.
I'd be scared. Like, I'll be the person to go out there and like Jaws chooses like come up. See, because the sea's scary. Like it's deep, and then like you don't know what's under there either.
Yeah, especially the further, as soon as you get so far, you can't see the coastline anymore.
Yeah,
It kind of starts putting. I did that once with my uncle because he's really into fishing, and I had a good time. But I remember thinking the same thing. It's like, man, we're really out here. Like, no cell service. Like,
So do you go fishing a lot then, or no?
no, I went once when I was in high school, and I've gone fishing in a lake over at It's not Big Bear Lake, but one of the lakes nearby.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the last time I went fishing, about 4 years ago.
So are you thinking about picking that back up? Is that something that you want to pick back up?
I would say I'm an outdoorsy guy. I like hiking, like you said earlier, but I don't see myself really as a fisher. That's a lot of patience, and I don't know if I have the patience for that.
Yeah.
I can
feel
see
like
Go ahead.
You cut on some like good music.
Okay.
It depends like what type of music. Are you like a country guy? Like what do you listen to?
I listen to a lot of hip hop, R&B,
Okay.
some soul. I have a lot of music from different eras, but
Okay.
I'd say hip hop mostly.
See, I look like listen to everything, but like recently, I used to like discard like I don't know if you're like that where you were like I don't like country music, and then like recently I went out. It was like a month ago, and I heard like a Morgan Wallen song, and I liked it. So I think I'm gradually getting into it, but not like too deep in it. I only know like a few songs, like maybe like 5 or 6, but it's not that bad of a genre.
Yeah, a few years ago I went to Nashville, Tennessee for a friend's birthday.
Oh,
and
isn't that like the king? It's like the main
it's country
spot.
capital, yeah. And so I wouldn't say I was kind of forced, but I ended up picking up some songs that I like there too.
Okay. What's your artist? What's your country artist?
Is it Shabuzi, the one who sings the bar
Shabuzi?
song?
Yeah.
I feel like he has a couple pop country songs that I like.
That bar song is really good.
Mm-hmm. Really catchy.
Yeah.
101 the count to Javen Boxa, now 2-1. 7, 8, 9 hitters due up for the Philippines baseball group. What can you share about your recruiting journey and where you might play baseball next?
As of now, I've been talking to a lot of East Coast schools, so I might be going back out to the East Coast. Couple schools in California. We'll see. I'm trying to close down on something within like these next 2 weeks. I was actually about to commit to a school in Virginia. It was Norfolk State, but they had a coaching change. So the whole coaching staff that I was talking to, they got a new one from you heard of VCU? It's they got that coaching staff over there. I have the coach's number now, so I'm waiting to see if like he'll extend his hand back. I'm like, yeah, we want to take you, but if that doesn't go through, then maybe probably back in the East Coast, Manhattan, that school too. I've had those coaches hit me, so we'll see.
There's a lot of players on the Barons roster from all over the country and have played in all different places. What's it like gelling and getting chemistry with those guys?
It's super cool too. It's like a lot of people, like you think that you play baseball in California, you know majority of like the big name dudes are like the people that you play with because you play like in the PG tournaments and all that. But like, for example, like Tommy Gooden, he's been like a super good friend of mine out here, and he kind of gives me like that aspect of like he's played with people that I've watched on TV going to Omaha and stuff. It's cool talking to him, like hearing like the other people's work ethic that are at that level that you want to get to. So it's super cool. And like other people like JJ coming from University of Hawaii and like hearing his like whole story, how people act over there. It's like you get a whole like not culture shock, but I feel like you get like different pieces from around this like different states. Super cool.
Do you have a favorite baseball movie of all time?
Probably League of My Own. That's a really good movie. I'm trying to think of that other one where they built that field.
Field of Dreams?
Yeah, that I forgot. Yeah, that's that movie. It's called Field of Dreams.
Kevin Costner, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, if they build it, they will come?
Yeah.
Okay.
That movie's really good too. And I forgot the other one where he
Dang. So Backstrom just misses that one. 2 runners on.
I forgot the other one where the dude broke his arm and then like he came back and he was able to throw like 100 miles per hour.
With Charlie Sheen?
Yeah, and he was on the Indians, wasn't it?
Yeah, Major League.
That movie's really good too.
That's a fun one. Wild Thing.
Oh yeah.
You mentioned music, that you're a big fan of different music. What's on your pregame playlist?
Honestly, I've been listening to like a lot of house music. Like I think that trend's coming up.
Okay.
The house music trend. Obviously, like my walk-up song is Fisher.
Okay.
I don't know if a lot of people know of Fisher, but he's a house music artist. Probably like a lot of Fisher. Got to throw some Sade in there too. I like to keep it calm. Who else is in there? Probably say like that's like the main. I have like a lot of chill songs because I used to be like a dude that used to listen to like a lot of hype music, and I feel like it got me. I wasn't like really like locked in.
Okay.
The chiller music is kind of my vibe now, so I'll play like Sade and just hone in. Try to cut my brain off because like I'm an overthinker.
Gotcha.
Especially in the box. And like you see me play sometimes. It's like you can see me thinking as I'm like moving in the box. I'm like, yeah, I need to figure out how to shut that off. But I have confidence in my dude Henry right here. I'm calling a double play. He's going to hit into a double play right here.
Runners on first and second. Nobody out for the 9-hitter Wyatt Lamarsna.
Let's go.
Do you have a favorite thing to snack on in the dugout?
Ooh, I'll probably go. Right now I have some dried mango that I've been eating. I'll go dried mango, or I'll go. Have you had Rips before? It's like the candy that you can get at the grocery store.
Mm-mm.
They're like these little they're like Sour Patches, but like in like a square form.
Okay.
And they're really good. I'll go those two. I'll go like the dried mango, or I'll go the Rips. Did you have a snack that you would go for?
I'm a big sour guy. A lot of times I would eat an apple like right before the game, and then Sour Patch in the dugout. Big Sour Patch Kid fan. Infield comes in with 1 out, top of the order.
Good pitch.
I've also noticed with the sun, the way it sets at first base, sometimes you guys are in a tough position with the sun right in your face.
Yeah.
How do you guys overcome that obstacle?
Usually I'll like try to talk to the pitcher beforehand on like just spots that if they do pick off, where to throw it, because like the sun's like directly in your left eye. So like I just try to tell them, if you pick, I'll step out on like in front of the bag a little bit more, and I'll just say hit me on the right side outside, and you'll be able to see it. But a lot of the pitchers, they tell me that like they're more focused on like the batter. So like a lot of people, they don't just openly steal off our pitchers because like they have good tempo. And like you've seen our catchers, we have good catchers that have good arms. So not that many people are stealing, but when they do, I'll just say like, yeah, that's like our sign where it's like, oh yeah, just pick off. But
Okay.
during the time you just let the pitchers work.
2 outs, big strikeout for Henry Storman on the mound.
The sun's bad, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I noticed it, man.
I was thinking about it yesterday, yeah.
Throwing your hands up there. Jason has to deal with that.
Yeah,
Trevor too.
Yeah, that one game Trevor you saw when he picked off, and like Trevor, like he had to run out the way, he couldn't see it.
Exactly.
Still a better sun than like Arroyo Seco. That field you cannot see.
Got it.
Have you been there? Have you been to?
I have not. No, I only do home games, so unfortunately never been.
You got to go to one of those games.
What's your favorite field to play at?
Ooh, I'd probably say Riptide. Riptide, their field's super nice, and like their environment is super cool too. Like the whole beer batter thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll probably give it to the Riptide, and that was like USC's old field too, so it's like super decked out too.
Did you have a favorite field in the West Coast League last summer?
The Sweets, the Walla Walla, super nice field.
2-1 the count.
What pitch do you think he's gonna throw right here? It's 2-1 count.
Probably a breaking ball on the outside. Try and backdoor him.
Let's see, yeah.
Set something up for a 2-strike count. Did you ever pitch?
A little bit in high school. I did it like my freshman, sophomore year. Mm-hmm. And then like majority of like the schools that I was talking to, like they were just like, they see me as like a first baseman. Yeah. It's not like the velo thing was like a problem. I threw hard. But it was just like more like I told them too, I was like, I want to hit. So like I could have screwed myself over with that whole aspect, but a lot of hitting. Like I was like, I want to hit, so not that much pitching. But I remember I used to throw super nasty split finger that was like super nasty.
Okay. So Storman gets a big ground out to retire the side. Onto the bottom of the 7th, we have the 9-1 2 hitters due up. Again, we're chatting here with Jordan Carrington in the broadcast booth.
Yeah. It's definitely cool. Man. Are you a Dodgers fan?
I'm not. I'm a Diamondbacks fan for a weird reason.
That's random.
It's very random. Kind of like you were saying, the first thing you remember watching was the Little League World Series.
Yeah.
I remember, for whatever reason, we were doing construction, and the Diamondbacks World Series was on against the Yankees.
Okay.
I remember watching it with my grandpa and my dad outside. We usually watch games in the living room, but we were doing construction in the living room, so we had to watch it outside. I remember liking the team colors. I want to say it was like Game 3, the first game I watched. So I ended up watching that whole series, can remember it. D-backs won, and kind of just been a fan since then.
That's fire.
Yeah.
That's kind of like me. I'm a Padres fan, and a lot of people, it throws them off.
Okay.
Especially because, everybody out here is like Dodgers fans.
Yeah.
In LA, but Yeah, Padres fan. My favorite player was Tony Gwynn, so I remember liked watching him a lot. And then like my cousin that I told you was playing in AA, that was like his old coach. So I got to like hear like a lot of stuff that he was telling like my cousin, like see him for a little bit. It was super cool. But yeah, big Padres fan. By the way, they're gonna win the World Series this year.
Okay.
I definitely got them winning the World Series.
Bold prediction.
I don't know about the Diamondbacks. Speaking of the Diamondbacks, how'd you feel about the Ketel Marte thing, where like you saw the White Sox thing?
Yeah, that was brutal. I've seen heckling of fans, right? And every place has their own repetition, but that seemed pretty uncalled for at the point where it brought him to tears. From what I heard or read, that fans banned from all stadiums. I don't know if it's a lifetime thing, but you know, super unfortunate. Like, how did you have to almost like be super sinister in your mind to like want to do something like that, you know?
And then for him to like, he said that loud. He had to say that loud for him to hear it. He had to like scream that. I was like, that's wild.
Yeah. Well, it's White Sox game, so I'm sure there's not a whole lot of people there.
Man.
Have you ever been to Petco Park in San Diego?
Oh yeah, that's my favorite. I think that's the most beautiful stadium in the MLB.
Okay.
From a non-biased opinion, not because I'm a Padres fan, but it's a super nice field, and especially like the sunset. You see it too. It's like right on the field. You're right down there in like downtown San Diego. It's fire.
I think any like downtown ballpark is just a whole different experience.
Have you been to all the MLB ballparks yet?
I've only been to 13.
Okay.
My favorite probably St. Louis because it's also like San Diego, right in downtown. You can see the arch in the background. And I went on a random Monday game, and it was like packed. It was sold out. So I just felt like the environment was pretty cool out there. But San Diego for sure, probably in my top 5, I would say.
Yeah.
Top 3 or 4.
Was that when Arenado was with the Cardinals when you went?
No, I went in 2018 or 19.
Okay.
So it was a while ago. Yachty was still on the team, but none of the guys that they have now really.
That's wild.
Have you been to any other ballparks outside the state?
Yeah, I'm trying to. I've been, I think 10, but like runner-up for me is probably the Mariners. I like their field a lot. Their field's super nice.
That's probably my second favorite.
Yeah.
I just like how interactive it is too.
Yeah, and then like when they open up like the what is it, the dome like thing is super nice too. I'm trying to think of, like if I had to give like a top 5, I'm definitely saying like Padres first, probably Mariners 2. Dodger Stadium is like a super nice stadium too. I'll probably give that 3. But I'm trying to think of who else.
Have you been to San Francisco?
Yeah, I was just about to say Giants.
Yeah.
Giants. A lot of California ballparks are super nice. I'm trying to think. That's hard. I can't think of a 5th one. Like if you had to give a top 5, what would be your top 5?
I would go St. Louis, Seattle. I think San Francisco's probably next on that. It's a grounder for Backstrom.
He's fast.
Yeah,
Very fast.
You think he's the fastest player on the team?
You got to see Amari Yolis run.
Oh, really?
Amari's super.
The pitcher?
Yeah, he used to be like an all-state track runner. Like
really?
He was getting D1 offers for it too. So like, he's super fast. At a race, I'm definitely saying Amari though, because I'm telling you, we got to get Amari a Hunter a race. Amari's fast.
Maybe at the end of the season we could just do a video of it.
Yeah, definitely.
Kind of set it up, social media thing.
Yeah, maybe like post a poll, have them like do like a pre-vote.
I feel like Chip's pretty fast too. Is he in the top 3 on the team?
Let me see. Out of everybody, no, I'm gonna say top 3. I'm gonna say Amari, Hunter, and then JJ.
Okay, JJ's faster than Chip.
JJ's fast.
Gotcha. But just to finish the top 5, St. Louis, Seattle, San Francisco. I really enjoyed Milwaukee.
Okay. I don't know. I haven't been to that ballpark.
And then I'd probably throw San Diego as my 5th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It should be your first, though. It should be your first. It should be your first.
1-1 that counts at Chip Mertz. 1 out, nobody on base.
You know what's crazy, too? A lot of the minor league fields are, like, way nicer than I feel like a lot of MLB fields.
I'm glad that – well, I'm also – the A's are my second team.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of bummed they're playing in Sacramento. Yeah. But Sacramento, that field is really nice because it's also up on the river. Yeah. You can see a bridge in the background. Yeah. So it's a pretty nice minor league field, and the A's are getting to play there this year.
That's the Aviators, no?
The River Cats.
Okay.
River Cat. I think the Aviators.
The Aviators field is
Vegas.
super nice too. Yeah. It's like very nice. I'm like, and like you've played MLB The Show before, right?
Yeah.
You see like a lot of the minor league fields. Like I'm like, if they look this good on a video game, I know they look way better. Like you know that one? It's that one minor league one where there's like a waterfall in left field. It's like It's water flowing like rocks. It looks just like Kauffman Stadium. It's super
Do you
nice.
remember what organization they're with?
Nah.
That's tough, yeah.
No, I'm gonna get that, and I'm gonna come back and like let you know.
All right, beautiful. So 1, 2, 3 inning. Barons go down in order in the bottom of the 7th. Again, really appreciate you for coming on.
Yeah,
In the
definitely.
bottom of the 7th inning for the
Thank
Barons
you.
are
The last question I'll ask you is, do you have a favorite food spot in your hometown of Rancho Cucamonga?
Probably not. I'm really not in like Rancho as much anymore. I'll probably say like best food spot that I always go to. I'm like a kava person. I like kava a lot.
Okay.
Or I'll go Buffalo Spot is another really good spot.
Buffalo spot?
Yeah, and
Okay.
if any of you guys are hearing me, go to Buffalo Spot, get the buffalo fries, and it's like 130 grams of protein worth of chicken on top of fries, and they put like their secret sauce on top of it. You gotta go Cajun lemon pepper, and then like get the fries Cajun seasoning, and then you eat it. I promise you, it's super good. And like they give you, it's like a big bowl. It's like this big. I'll probably go. I'll go there. How about you?
Shoot, man, now you're gonna put me on the spot. There's a lot of places. I'm like big into Japanese food or just like teriyaki.
Okay.
There's a place where I went to Villa Park High School.
Okay.
Kind of up the street. There's a place called Tikiyaki.
Okay.
A teriyaki bowl spot, and I just felt like they had different flavors or different flavoring to their teriyaki bowls. There's another spot too in Santa Ana called Moss.
I think I've been there before. I think I went after we played Santa Ana.
Okay.
I think that's where we went after we ate.
It's like it's one of those places that's still cash only.
Yeah.
But you could smell it like as you're walking up.
Yeah.
It's in an old like green building.
Yeah.
But that's teriyaki bowls, but with like a Mexican seasoning to it. So
Okay.
it's like a really unique blend. It's been around since like when my parents were teenagers. So
Yeah, that's
it's one of those
fine.
things that I just kind of grew up eating and really love it still.
Yeah.
But again, that's Jordan Carrington joining us on the broadcast.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate you for
Thank you
making
for
the
having
time.
me, man.
Yeah, of course.
I appreciate it.
Thank you. So new pitcher on the mound for the Academy Barons. Wears number 43. He's a big left-hander. Stands at 6'1". Played this past season at Cypress College. Fourth pitcher on the evening for the Academy Barons. It's Jason Thomas. First pitch from him misses the zone. 3-4-5 due up in this half of the inning. Barons still lead 3-2. Nomar Vasquez leads it off. Dylan Tagium and Owen Stevenson will follow. 1-1. Vasquez is 1 for 3, a double back in the third inning. A few players from the Cypress College roster this past spring. They went on to win the Orange Empire Conference. Very competitive conference in the community college level. Vasquez pops up the bunt attempt into the net. Moves the count to 1-2. Thomas went to Gar High School and then committed to Cypress College. Played 2 seasons. 2024, he made 8 appearances for the Chargers. 2025, he made 22 appearances. Made 3 saves in 37 innings. 49 strikeouts in those 37 innings. 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's a trio of pitchers from Cypress that all have been really effective. Jason Thomas, Douglas Crystal, and Amari Yolas. All have been effective for the Academy Barons this summer. Misses the bottom of the zone, runs the count full. Nobody out. Nobody on base. Full count pitch. Misses the back door with the breaking ball. Leadoff walk for the Philippines baseball group. They trail 3-2 in the top of the 8th.
Number 27, designated hitter Dylan Tankia.
For Thomas, this is his third appearance out of the bullpen for the Barons this summer. 2 innings, has 2 strikeouts. He's given up 2 runs, 3 hits, and 3 walks. Big lead at first base. Runner stays put. Misses upstairs. Want to know the count to tag him. Tag him's 3 for 3 on the evening, 3 singles. Del Villar holds the runner. Thomas misses on 2 straight. Jimmy Welcher started the game on the mound for the Barons, then Adrian Blanchette. Henry Sorman followed. In there for a strike. 2-1. Long pause from Thomas on the mound. 3-1 the count. Runner on first, 3-1 count. Thomas comes home. Runs the count full after the foul ball. 3-2 the count to tag him. We'll see if they decide to put that runner in motion. 3-2 count, but nobody out. Vasquez does have a good-sized lead at first base. He goes on the pitch, and this one misses upstairs. Back-to-back walks issued by Jason Thomas. Visibly frustrated. Time is called by pitching coach A.J. Monterez. Looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter here as well. So pinch hitting in Owen Stevenson's spot. Big right-hander by the name of Tyler Primanto. Tyler Primanto played this last season at Mount Sac College, Community College, over in the city of Walnut. They just won the state championship at the community college level. Primanto is listed as an outfielder, so we'll see if he takes over at first base or if they do some shuffling around defensively. Meeting on the mound with the entire infield. Pitching coach A.J. Monterez heads back to the dugout. Now the infield meeting breaks.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitter of the game for the Philippines baseball group.
Barons pitching staff has done a nice job of keeping runners off base via the free pass. These 2 walks issued by Jason Thomas are the first 2 walks of the ball game by the entire pitching staff. Welcher, Blanchette, and Sorman all combined didn't allow any walks. Primanto shows bunt, misses the attempt. Both corner infielders are crashing. Del Villar and Williams return back to their spot. Pitch was a bit outside the zone. We'll see if the bunt sign is still on for Primanto. Shows it early. Pulls it back in time. This pitch misses wide. 1-1 the count. Vasquez, the runner at second, tagging him the runner at first. Puts it down in foul territory. Moves the count to 1-2. Pimento was a redshirt freshman this past season at Mount Sac, being asked to put down a bunt here in a tough situation. Nobody out. Top of the 8th. Unsuccessful in 2 attempts. 2 strikes, and he's still showing bunt. Does put it down right to Williams. Williams throws it to first, and it's not going to be in time. Williams thought about going to third, but because his feet were pointing that direction, he had to reset and turn himself all the way around to first. Tough play there for the Barons. Now head coach KT Landreau going to make his way to the mound. Thomas is going to be done for the evening. So he comes in, walks 2 batters, gives up an infield single. When we return, we'll tell you who the new pitcher is. He'll come in with the bases loaded game. So the new pitcher on the mound is Jake Rice for the Academy Barons. Bases loaded, infield in all around. First pitch is in for strike 1 to Malachi Lopez. Rice, another Orange Empire Conference guy from Golden West College this past season. In the same spot, strike 2. 2 front door breaking balls to start off the at-bat. It's important that Rice throws strikes. Base is full. Top of the 8th inning. Nobody out. Another breaking ball hit into the air. Klinowski has it in right field. Makes the catch. The runner will tag up from third base. No throw home. It's now a tie game. 3-3 is the score. So a successful at-bat for Malachi Lopez in the Philippines. Brand new baseball game. Javen Boxa will come in. Jason Thomas pulled after 15 pitches. Unable to record an out. Foul ball out of play right side. 0-1. Box is 1 for 3 on the evening. Singled in his last at-bat. Tagium's the runner at second base. Primanto is the runner at first. On the ground, through the 5-6 hole. Nielsen gives a diving effort. Lujan fires up a throw. One hopper to home plate. Ocampo can't put down the tag in time. 4-3 is the score. An RBI single for Javen Boxa, and now the Philippines baseball group has their first lead. First time they've led since the very first inning, top of the first, when they put up 2 runs. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Rodriguez steps in, 1 for 3 on the evening. Philippines have 4 runs off 11 hits. They're out hitting the Barons 11-6. Misses the edge. Nope, that's strike 1. Home plate umpire does have a delayed strike call. Got to be extra patient. Runner takes off for third. Ocampo throw down to Williams. It's there in time, and the runner is gunned out. Two outs in the inning. 0-2 count. And just like that, the Barons are 1 out away. Still a runner in scoring position as Boxa stole second, trailing behind the play. It's a 4th appearance for Jake Rice on the Barons season. Ocampo blocks it and keeps it right in front. Rice has pitched 3 innings thus far, 2 strikeouts on the season. Has given up only 1 earned run, allowed 4 hits. All 4 hits came against the Saints in his first appearance of the season. The 1-2. On the edge of the zone, ring him up. That's strike 3. But 2 runs do come across for the Philippines baseball group. They now have a 4-3 lead. The Barons will have to work from behind if they hope to come out victorious. They still have 6 more outs to play with. The bats have been quiet. Let's see if they can wake up here in the bottom of the 8th. Due up is the 3, 4, 5 hitters, the heart of the order for the Barons. Tune in to find out how things finish from the MLB Youth Academy. New pitcher on the mound. It's a very tall right-hander, and no exaggeration on that. 6'8". New pitcher's name is Hunter Edwards. Finished this past season at Pacific University. Bottom of the 8th inning, he will face the 3, 4, 5 hitters. We'll see how he fares. He's a native to Palmdale. Again, thanks for tuning in to Academy Barons Baseball here on the Academy Barons YouTube channel. Antonio Lujan will lead things off for the Barons. Home half of the 8th inning, down to their final 6 outs. They now trail 4-3. They have 3 runs off 6 hits. On the edge, missing the edge at 87. 1-0 the count. Edwards takes over. He's the seventh pitcher the Philippines have used. Lujan comes up empty on the swing. There's Jacob Padilla who started the game. Franco Moran's the only one who went 2 innings. We saw an inning of Tyler Cilio, Daniel Neria, Jaden Bagalayos, Roman Nuki, and now Hunter Edwards. Both teams using a bullpen day. Jam shot into shallow left field. No problem for the shortstop. Lopez makes a grab for out 1.
Number 47, Tommy Gooden.
In steps Tommy Gooden, very talented player for the Barons this summer. Had a 2-run home run in the first inning. 1 for 3. Barons did all their scoring in the bottom of the first inning. Been very quiet since. They went down 1-2-3 in the 7th inning. Skies this up in the air. Third baseman Boxa calls off the pitcher and makes a catch for out number 2. It's at the halfway point of the season. We mentioned at the top of the broadcast how even though it's still plenty of baseball to be played, you have a feeling that this is sort of the must-win game for the Academy Barons. The Philippines baseball group is 1-10 on the season. The Barons have to be able to find a way to win against these teams at the bottom of the league. They're currently 2 games back of the Orange County Riptide for the 3rd and final playoff spot. Season extends out to July 26th. 17 more games left, but a loss here would really hurt their chances, and they're starting to lose momentum when it felt like at the end of June they were gaining momentum. It's first outing on the season for Hunter Edwards and the Philippines baseball group this summer. Upstairs, 1-1. Del Villar has that power to go over the wall to all sides of the field. Had opposite field home run in Sunday's loss to the Arroyo Seco Saints. Nobody on base, 2 outs. Hunter Edwards is the new pitcher. Pretty breaking ball, right on the edge of the zone. Barons down to their final 4 outs. Jacob Klanowski in the on-deck circle. Del Villar awaits the 1-2. Hits this one high, up into the air. It'll drift foul out of play, left side. Count remains at 1-2. Del Villar's 0 for 2 with the walk. The walk came back in the first inning. He also stole second. Holds up on his swing. Even count. Last night in the loss to the Waves, Jason Del Villar finished the game 1 of 4. Had an RBI double in the 8th inning. That tied things up at 5 apiece. The Barons ended up losing that game 7-5 as 2 runs came across in the top of the 9th inning for the San Diego Waves. The 2-2. Foul ball. Del Villar stays alive. It'd be another heartbreaker if the Barons lost late in a game like this. They were down most of last night. They eventually worked it back to 5-4. Tied it up 5-5 in the bottom of the 8th. Top 9, the Waves retook the lead 7-5. They've led for much of this game since the first inning. but 2 runs in the top of the 8th for the Philippines. Count is now full. As Del Villar battles at home plate. Full count, 2 outs, nobody on base. Jacob Klinowski in the on-deck circle. The payoff pitch, breaking ball on the ground, deep inside the shortstop hole. Lopez stops it, but no chance at first base. Infield single for the Academy Barons. A potential 2-out rally here. The Barons have had 2 walk-off victories already this season. They're 7-4 here at home this season. They also have 2 shutout victories. One against the Philippines baseball group last Tuesday. Another against the Orange County Riptide the following night on Wednesday night last week. Now looks like Jason Del Villar dealing with the lower leg injury. He tries to walk it off in foul territory over by first base. First base coach Lorenzo Gray checks in on him. Seems like he's going to be all right to stay in the game. In steps Klinowski. He's 0 for 2. A walk in his last at bat. First pitch to him. On the paint. Strike 1. Klinowski struck out looking in the 4th inning. Big hole on the right side of the infield with the first baseman holding. They did make a substitution as it's Hudson Story now playing first base. On the edge of the zone for strike 2, the backdoor breaking ball. It was Owen Stevenson who started the game at first base. Tyler Primanto came in to pinch hit, got on base, but he was listed as an outfielder, so Hudson Story comes in and replaces. The 1-2 to Klinowski. He goes around on the swing. That's out number 3. Barons are down to their final 3 outs now, trailing 4-3. Very important for whoever is on the mound. And it does look like it's Jake Rice, but very important for Rice and the Barons to keep it a 4-3 game as we head to the top of the 9th inning. My name is Noah Alvarez. When we come back, the 9-1 2-hitters due up for the Philippines. 9-1-2 due up for the Philippines. First pitch swinging. Foul ball, out of play right side. Wyatt Lamarsna will lead things off. Tyler Haruta and Ben Lee, barring any substitutions. On the ground for Mertz at second. Slow dribbler. Tosses it to first in time for out number 1. It's actually Brady Faramisco who's hitting in Ben Lee's spot in the 2 spot. He's the batter on deck as he took over at catcher during the bottom of the 6th inning. In steps Tyler Haruta. Final 2 outs for the Philippines baseball group to pick up insurance runs. They lead 4-3 in the top of the 9th. Fouls the first pitch back. Philippines have 4 runs off 11 hits, no errors defensively. Barons have 3 runs off 7 hits, 1 error. Breaking ball in the dirt. Rice spent 2 seasons at Golden West College. Made 6 appearances this past spring, 9 innings, 5.79 ERA. Foul ball to the backstop. 1-2. He went to Brea Olinda High School and originally committed to Santa Ana College, where he redshirted in 2023, then transferred to Golden West, played the last 2 seasons there. As a freshman, he made 14 appearances and pitched 19 innings for the Rustlers. That was the year the Rustlers won the Orange Empire Conference. Out of play right side. The 1-2 from Rice. Down and swinging. Haruta is a victim of the strikeout for the 4th time this evening. One more out for the Barons and Rice to grab before they head to the bottom of the 9th. It'll be the bottom third of the order. Isaac Ocampo, J.J. Nielsen, and Hunter Backstrom are the 3 batters due up. Someone will have to step up and play the hero this evening. Brady Faramisco steps in. And Rice is the 5th pitcher of the evening. We saw Jimmy Welsher start the game. He went 3 innings. Got 2 innings from Adrian Blanchette, 2 innings from Henry Sorman. Thomas came in and walked 2 batters, gave up a single. 2 runners came in to score that inning, as Rice came in relief with the bases loaded in a tough spot. 1-0 the count. Jam shot to Nielsen at short. He stays with it. Over to first in time. Good concentration. He'll bat second in the bottom of the 9th. Let's see if he steps up offensively. Comes up big for the Barons. We'll stay on during this half-inning break. We want to say thanks for tuning in, wherever you may be tuning in from. Be sure to subscribe to the Barons YouTube channel. You'll get a notification every time we go live here at the Academy Barons YouTube station. One more home game this week. This Sunday, they'll take on the Orange County Riptide. All the games are important, but that one's specifically important if the Barons want to make that 3rd and final playoff spot. They're currently 2 games back. We'll see if there's a score update or if the Barons or if the Riptide are in action this evening. We're here on Wednesday, July 2nd. The Riptide played earlier today, and they defeated the Santa Barbara Foresters by a score of 7-3. So the Riptide are now 11-10. They're 1 game above 500. There's a new pitcher on the mound for the Philippines baseball group who will try and close things out. They lead 4-3. Dylan Adams will be the new man on the mound. 8th pitcher we're seeing here. Only 1 pitcher went 2 innings. That was Franco Moran back in the 2nd and 3rd inning. So So Dylan Adams out of L.A. Pierce. We mentioned that there's 8 guys on the roster from L.A. Pierce College. That's their home field where they practice out of. And so a lot of kids stay local. For Adams, he's making his 6th appearance. He's pitched 3 2/3 of an inning, has an ERA of 14.72. Gave up 5 earned runs in his outing against the Foresters back on June 15th. But outside of that outing, he hasn't given up any runs since. He pitched on June 19th against the Stompers, June 21st against the Seagulls, and June 24th against the Barons. All clean innings since that rough outing against the Foresters. They're one of the best teams in the CCL. 7-8-9 due up. Isaac Ocampo, J.J. Nielsen, and Hunter Backstrom. Isaac Ocampo, 1 for 3 at the plate this evening. Barons chasing 1. Yeah, thanks for tuning in to Barons Baseball here on the Academy Barons YouTube channel. Let's see if the Barons have some more late inning magic. Already 2 walk-off wins on the season. First pitch to Ocampo. Outside. Ocampo had a single in the 6th inning. Was stranded at first to end the inning. Drives this well into left center. Lamarsna does have time. Just missed that one. A fouled fly out. For out number 1. Didn't quite catch the barrel on that one.
Given the plate for the Barons, player right, J.J. Nielsen.
In steps J.J. Nielsen, another player due at the plate. We were here with Jordan Carrington. Carrington talked about he's one of the strongest and fastest players on the Barons roster. He's also one of the youngest. Comes up empty. 0-1. Nielsen's 0 for 15 in his last 15 plate appearances. Does have 3 walks during that time span. So in the last week, he's hitless. Good time for a hit this evening. Quick 0-2 hole he finds himself in. 1 out, nobody on base. Slaps it foul, out of play, and stays alive. And Nielsen spent this past spring playing baseball and football at the University of Hawaii. Oh-2 misses outside. Made 7 appearances for the University of Hawaii baseball team in the spring. Also practiced with the football team in the spring. Going forward, he will only play baseball at whatever school he transfers to next. Upstairs. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lots of the Barons players up on their feet, rooting their shortstop on. He has a 2-2 count. Played here on the very first game of the season back on June 6th. Comes up empty there. Big out number 2 for the Philippines. Barons are down to their final out. In steps Hunter Backstrom. He's the number 9 hitter, so if he can find a way to get on base, that'll turn things over to the top of the order. Mertz is on deck. Williams in the hole. But Hunter Backstrom has to find a way to get on. Third baseman Boxa, even with the bag. Foul tips it into the glove. Strike 1. 86 on the radar gun from the righty Dylan Adams. 5'10 right-hander from Canoga Park. Breaking ball. Close miss. Evens the count 1-1. Backstrom's 0 for 3. Ground out in his last at-bat in the 7th inning. Puts this one up the middle. Chance for the second baseman. Throw in time to first, and that is the third and final out. Nomar Vasquez with the assist. First baseman Hudson Story with the putout. The Barons fall to the Philippines baseball group by a score of 4-3. Philippines finished with 4 runs off 11 hits, no errors. The Barons finished with 3 runs off 7 hits and 1 error. The Barons fall to 7-12 this season, are now 5 games below 500, and they dig themselves into a deeper hole as they try and fight for that third and final playoff spot in the CCL South. The Riptide won earlier today. They're now 11-10, so they'll go up 4 games on the Academy Barons. The Philippines baseball group is now 2-10. Their second win, it ends a 9-game losing streak for the Philippines baseball group. Good win there for head coach Will Pickett and the rest of the coaching staff. Losing pitcher on the evening is Jason Thomas, as he walked 2 batters and gave up a hit. The bases were loaded when Jake Rice came in, and he was only able to put out the fire after 2 runs came across. Thomas gets hit with the loss. Hunter Edwards earns the victory, and Dylan Adams is the pitcher who records the save. Relatively quick game. We're ending this game at 8:46 local time. Again, one more home game on the week for you to come check out here at the Academy this Sunday afternoon. Game time has been moved to 4 p.m. So remember, it's a 4 p.m. game against the Orange County Riptide here at the MLB Youth Academy. If you can't make it, tune in to the live stream. We'll be streaming the game about 10 minutes before first pitch, so 5:50. Hey, my name is Noah Alvarez. Want to say thank you to Oliver and TJ for help with the broadcast. Want to say thanks to Will Valenzuela and Jordan Carrington for being our player interviews this evening. We say so long, have a good night, and we'll catch you next time.